Grab your drink of choice. Let's dive down some rabbit holes. Cheers.
It is time for Aaliyah Dana Houghton's death to be properly fucking investigated. It's time for Fatima Robinson to speak up about what she heard on that phone. It's time for somebody to be honest about who gave Aaliyah the pills that knocked her out before she was carried onto a plane she didn't want to be on. And you had to put her on that clown car fucking plane. And do yourself a favor before you make any statements. Please remember, I was fucking the dog shit out of little X, your apprentice. I know a lot more about you than you think I do.
Alright, this is part 2 of the Jaguar series. She has a lot to say, like I told you. Let's dive down some more rabbit holes and see what we can discover and what Jaguar has to tell us.
Hashtag no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Do you have any views on Usher? Because a lot of things have come back to where
Usher.
they talk about his.
Usher, I'm tired of Usher.
Oh, okay.
Goofy bitch.
No.
Got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty. They ripped your ass open. Gene didn't say it. He said, check the records at the hospital. I'm saying it. You got your ripped open. Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of Fuck Off, the Kitty edition. Get his ripped open. Now everything's coming out, and the first thing you do is run the Bali with another Kitty Ray who works with the man, L.A. Reid, that sent you to the Diddy flavor freak off.
Not the flavor freak off.
Now you got Justin Bieber breaking up relationships and shit. He suck Odell Beckham dick at the club, and the next thing you know, he don't even want Kim no more. That's what they learned at the freak off. How to steal bitch niggas. Tasha K had a network of at least 2,500 people, subs, that were loyal to do whatever she wanted to do. And the reason why she was able to get them was because at the time, she was Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj's pet, doing hit pieces on all the people that they hated. So they didn't have to say anything. They could act great, and they would just let Tasha annoy the competition to death, which is why Tasha went after Cardi B. Her first big assistant, Chelsea, who was stealing hospital records out of her mother's computer from a hospital where Cardi B was treated. What's super, super interesting in all of that is that when she lost the lawsuit, not Alicia Keys, not Cardi B, not Nicki Minaj offered her a dime to help pay that debt. All the trolling she did for them. Think about that on a corporate level.
Right.
On a corporate level. R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile in the United States. Everybody knew. That's why I couldn't really watch that documentary, because half of the people that was in there, I can't believe he did it. Nigga, you used to go get the bitches too. I watched you, dog. I watched y'all make these deals. Don't nobody want to talk about Aaliyah. Don't nobody want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
There's certain things about that I won't talk about. I'll let Dame Dash talk about it. See, that's his business. And when he's ready to talk about it all, I'll corroborate every word that he says. But it's not my story to tell. But it's real. It's real. How does a 14-year-old girl get married and no adult in the family knew? Unless, I'm just saying.
I heard you say something earlier to the effect of
It's awful what they did to that woman. It's awful. She was amazing. Aaliyah was amazing.
Yeah, she really
If she
was.
had been alive now, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have jobs. Funny how that worked out for some people.
You know, I had to pause it real quick. And, you know, it baffles me how there wasn't more done for this wonderful artist, Aaliyah. She was a great actor, beautiful soul. I mean, I loved her music. And she was taken from us in an evil, malicious, selfish way from the devils in the industry. A sacrificial lamb led to the slaughter. It's sad that we lose a lot of great people, artists like Michael Jackson, Prince, Elvis, Jimi Hendrix. You know, the list can go on. Then I'm running blank with names now, but it's a sad state, this music industry, the false realities it sells you through hyper, marketing and media.
You know, one thing I learned about in jail, when I was in jail, fighting, clear my name, I learned how to move niggas around. See,
I have a clip on that, by the way.
see, when you in county jail, you want to really survive and be cool, you gotta learn how to move people around. Oh, this chick gonna be a problem. She likes to fight over the ice. What code violation can we set her up for? Oh, you gotta go to PC. You learn. They do the same shit in the industry. They move niggas around. You know, it's all fun until the rabbits got the gun. The tunnels from Diddy's house led to Hugh Hefner's house. That naked pool was down there long before Diddy was able to buy a home. It was Hugh Hefner's house where most of the offenses that the women accused Bill Cosby of took place. The Playboy Mansion. Can I share a moment with you?
Please.
There was an officer, I can't remember her name now, there's so many names. She was there when I was booking in, Latina. And she was a little curt with me, but she was there book out today. And she said when she handled me specifically, and she said, I'm here to book you out. And she brought me to the book out cell to get ready to get my stuff so I could change into my clothes. And she said, you know what I did last night when I got home? And I said, what? She said, I Googled you. She said, and I hit up some of my friends because you were all over our friend page. And I asked them if they knew you. And they said, that's Jaguar. She said, and last night before I went to bed, I looked at your videos. And she said, I believe you. And I looked at her and I said, thank you for praying for me last night. She said, I did. She said, be safe because they're out to get you. But keep going. To hear that from a spectator is one thing. To hear it from a fan is another. To hear it from a friend or a loved one means a lot. But 24 hours before she said that to me, she was laughing at me and making fun of me.
I think out of all the clips, I've done research on Jaguar. I have to say, this clip, that last clip, was kind of emotional. You could sense her empathy there. You could sense that was something she wanted to share. And she was less, I guess you could say, she seemed in a good place there and peaceful. I guess that's a word. She seemed very peaceful in that segment and happy. She doesn't seem as powerful and angry as some of the clips we've been watching. But I guess she's doing that because she's frustrated of telling people or the world this for years, and no one listening. And she's speaking out on behalf of these poor innocent souls who are either knowingly or unknowingly lost in this evil industry.
Real quick, I have to go back to the raid real quick with Diddy. His sons were there, and he was not there at the houses. And he was quiet.
That was the worst part of that.
Yeah, to see his sons being
How the do you force your kids to do your perp walk? That was the worst part, and all I could think about was Kim and Misa.
The girls.
Just her son. He left their son to be walked out backwards on camera for the world to see. Thank God Kimura got the girls. Misa's son. Misa and Wolf's son.
Man.
And Quincy's missing.
Quincy's missing. Oh. And lastly.
After he was questioned by the feds.
After.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was in witness protection right now. Which means his father ain't never gonna see him again.
Have we seen the last, or is this just the beginning of that saga?
It's just getting started.
True.
Which is why I think people are so uncomfortable about me being in this position right now because of my press pass and because I'm going to be in the courtroom for the Keefe D trial. If we get to the bottom of Tupac's when that is finally revealed, 15 other will be revealed with it. And you will find that they were all committed by the same two people, father and son.
Were you surprised by Keefe D's arrest for Tupac?
No. I'm just surprised that he hasn't given it up yet. I'm surprised that he hasn't gone to the feds yet because he just got stabbed in jail.
Yes, he did.
He's been beaten 3 times. And I'm going to say it for a fact. I know you the one pulling the strings. Reggie Wright Jr. Stop putting your dirty work on other people. You know exactly what you are. And so help me God if you don't keep my name out your mouth.
With the last time you were on the couch, you had mentioned, and it's crazy that you say these things. You talk about Bad Boy. You speak on Heavy D. You speak on Albie Shore.
Yeah.
And you say, like, look who's standing. And now Albie Shore is now, he's being cryptic. Not too cryptic, but he's now.
He's very cryptic.
He's very cryptic. But
he's speaking louder than he's ever spoken before.
Ever.
And the reason why he's cryptic is for the sake of his son. Imagine having an enemy that has a position of influence in your child's life and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is allegedly. Imagine that. Imagine that your baby mama is telling you that if you don't do what he wants you to do, he's going to have a child. And you know he's capable of it. Allegedly. Story in the Bible. 2 women had 2 babies. One woman went to sleep, rolled over on her baby. The other woman's baby was just fine. The woman whose baby, she got up, she went and stole the baby from her roommate. Then they fought over who the mother was. They went before the king, King Solomon. He heard both sides of the story and said, give me a knife. Give me a sword. He got the sword and he was like, I'm going to cut the baby in half and each of you can have a piece and then we'll be done with it. It was the real mother that said, don't harm that baby. She can have him.
Wow.
Why is nobody willing to accept, as monstrous as people are finding out that Diddy is now, that he wouldn't be willing to split Quincy in half? Because he would.
Yeah, he said some years ago, like during a TV show, that he would like harm his own mother to get what he wanted, or something along those lines. So,
well, I don't blame him for wanting to harm that. She's his victimizer and his pimp. She is first pimp. A person that used to do business with them is no longer with them because he no longer wanted to do business with Jay-Z and Diddy, which means View It has had ties to Jay-Z and Diddy all along. Want to know what's even more interesting than that? They used my brother Jay French to get to me.
Not French.
Guess who brought him there? The Yin Yang twins, who I know for a fact are government informants.
Not French.
And if you're not sure about it, maybe you should ask Calvin, Wendy Williams' husband, what he did to get them in trouble to make sure they became federal informants. And now they're in Vegas looking for true believer artists and bringing them to a company where there are people who are supposed to be billionaires. And one of the owners looks like he could be Leora Cohen's first cousin.
All right. Do you believe that some of these artists out there are FBI informants or working for the CIA or the government? Let me know your thoughts.
Because they still want to believe that sham of a fucking marriage is real.
Oh.
He ain't never going to be Tupac, and she proved it when she fucked August Alsina.
Ooh. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times. He gave me his blessing.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house fucking screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bashir Gray. I just called Andrea Berry, and I think she got me on the block list. You know, there's a few people got me on the block list, and I get it. But Andrea Berry is the mother of Bashir Gray. Some of y'all know him as Yaz the Great. Bashir, I've talked to your stepfather, Larry Lair. Understandably, we're both very concerned. Currently, right now, my husband and I are in Goodyear. I wasn't trying to tell everybody exactly why I was in Arizona. But yes, we come to see you, okay, sweetheart? Me and my husband just want to make prayer with you and wish you all the best. We're going to be in Goodyear for another 6 hours. Understand, I'm possibly putting my life in jeopardy even saying this. But I've been waiting to make prayer with you for almost 3 years now. Ain't it been about 2-3 years now, babe? And I'm going to make prayer with you while I'm here. I specifically came to Goodyear to make prayer with you. Now, I done called your mama. I said, I think she got me on the block list. Yes, I need you to DM me or call your stepdad, Larry Ladd, and get my phone number. 6 hours. We'll be here in Goodyear, Arizona. I come to make the prayer with you. You already know how I feel about what's been done to you. But God told me to come out here. So I'm here. Hit me up. And it's a joint. Well, it's not a joint technically, it's a spliff. See, I told you I'd be making my own. Y'all don't want to believe me.
So I'm so curious to what happened to this guy. I liked him in Empire. I thought he did a phenomenal job. And he was supposed to be the next Miles Monroe. I think he would did a fantastic job. But this industry, it pollutes, it kills the soul. He's just another poor soul lost in the sauce of the evil, satanic industry.
How old were you when you became a mom?
Well, I was 16. Becoming a mom changed everything, changed the whole game, because I was a new kind of prey. Single mom. Single mom is like one of the best scores that a pimp or a hustler or a thug can find.
And why is that?
Because a baby mom understands what sacrifice is. Because that's all baby moms do, and single moms do.
So maybe
sacrifice.
like more willing to kind of do whatever.
More cooperative,
Okay, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the bills need to get paid. She's working 2 jobs and barely seeing her kid. And in 1 hour, he can pay her bills for the month. She can stay home and be a mom some more. Only have to work 1 job, just to make sure she it's the energy of the hood, the hustle of the hood. It's my generation. Your goal was to be a drug dealer's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or a rapper's girlfriend. Or an athlete's girlfriend. If you weren't dating one of those kinds of guys, and you were a bum. Meanwhile, can anybody tell me, how did Britney Griner's team finish last season?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, she was playing for Phoenix, right?
Yeah. They
How did they do? Were they selling out all the tickets?
Nah.
Did she? What was the boards looking like? Does anybody know what kind of boards she had?
No. I know. A Russian arms dealer is free.
Is she going back to the Olympics to represent the United States?
I don't think so.
So then why the did we let her out of jail? For the guy, Lord of War.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why was we in a rush to bring her back? I want to know. She don't like America. She done said that. Don't nobody know what the she did with that goddamn team that ain't nobody paying no tickets to go see. She ain't out here doing no activism or talking about what it's like to be a POW.
Yo, so I have to say, I get tickled every time she gets like that. And because of the truth bombs and the way she says it is so funny, it just makes me laugh. All right, let's continue down these rabbit holes.
Saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around her. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came over and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like,
It brings to mind this video where an associate of Diddy was narrating how Cassie started wearing this hairstyle. At the time, it seemed like Cassie was trying out this new, edgy style that was maybe a little out of character for her, but was ultimately a serve, so all is well. Now, we know that the reason why Cassie wore that hairstyle was that Diddy saw it on another woman, and immediately thought, I have to make Cassie do this. How Cassie responded shows she was under heavy control and manipulation by Diddy. I mean, nobody's boyfriend randomly tells them to shave off their gorgeous hair, and then they respond with, "What boyfriend wants, boyfriend gets." So, it tells us how much Diddy had manipulated and gaslighted her into believing she had to obey all his demands. We see another example of how Cassie was manipulated into carrying out every wish Diddy could think of in another section of the court documents that discloses how Diddy started trafficking Cassie. Diddy allegedly began asking Cassie to participate in an act he called voyeurism that involved her performing certain acts with other men in Diddy's presence, which Diddy said would turn him on if he saw her with another D. The first time, Mr. Combs hired a man and brought the man to his home in Los Angeles. The man, Mr. Combs, and Ms. Ventura wore masquerade masks and ingested drugs. Mr. Combs directed Ms. Ventura to perform certain acts with this man while Mr. Combs watched them. Off while he directed Ms. Ventura and the man to do specific acts. Despite Cassie's objections, Diddy allegedly started arranging these meetings and calling them freak-offs or FOs. He would randomly call Cassie and ask her for an FO, leaving the arrangement of the location and the hiring of male actors to Cassie. Sometimes, according to the court documents, Diddy asked for these FOs as often as every week. During these FOs, all the participants, including Diddy and Cassie, would be highly intoxicated. Mr. Combs always supplied Ms. Ventura and the male actors with copious amounts of drugs before and during the FOs. Sometimes, Diddy would allegedly get so intoxicated that he would hit Cassie in the presence of the male actors.
The price of fame.
That's all. You can't really speak about. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go to Florida and just, you know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff that how you do. Like, you sleep in the graveyard for like 3 days, 4 days to a week. Drink chicken, like animal blood. It's different stuff, though.
That sounds scary. No, not scary.
Diddy. Yeah. It's a lot of
The mogul was spotted smoking outside of his Miami home just days after it was ransacked by the feds, but Diddy isn't letting a little sex trafficking investigation slow him down. He's been going out to dinner in Miami, spreading the love. You never know when charges against Diddy will drop or even if they'll drop. A guessing game, because he's been accused of being an FBI informant. A new interview with his former bodyguard claims Diddy was getting favors because he was a snitch.
The police will bring in a CI and will use him like she was a $3 hoe. That's a confidential informant.
Do you think the feds took notice of that? And they, you know, at this point, they like, yo, we're going to crack down on Diddy?
What happens is that the police will bring in a CI and will use him like she was a $3 hoe. That's a confidential informant. They'll let you do crimes, as long as you don't do no murders and stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you. When I was in law enforcement, dog, they paid confidential informants $250 for revolvers.
$500 for automatic weapons, $750 to $1,500 for semi-automatic guns and rifles and machine guns and shit like that. Some confidential informants got payment like that. And plus, they get 8% of a case. 8% of a case. So if they bring in about, just say, they bring in a case $100,000. That's 8,000. What's that? What's that? $8,000. That's 8,000. They bring in $1 million case. $1 million case. That person is getting $80,000. I mean, like $80,000 on it. I think if you're talking about 8%. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say this. Confidential informants get paid good. But Puff was a millionaire. Him being a confidential informant, him getting money like that, it was favors. He been getting favors and been paying law enforcement people for years to protect them. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Everybody had, somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places. Then, plus, he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you. Like you hire lawyers. Those lawyers have police officers and people working for them and investigators. Those investigators were former officers. So all of them in the backyard in Diddy bed together.
Man, like so many questions. Like, Gene, how did you know those prices like that, bro? How did you know those? You name them prices like boom and boom. And I'm like off the back of the head, like, bruh, how you know them prices, man? And then like, Gene, like, how long you been knowing P. Diddy been working for the feds? That's what I really want to know. And if you know that, what that make you, man? Because you know the prices and everything, bro. Like, I'm confused at this point. And like, my biggest question is like, why now? Why wait this long to now start saying something when all this stuff is going on? Like, that shit is confusing, y'all. I am confused. I am beyond confused. This man is literally saying P. Diddy been working with the feds. Yeah, he been an informant or working with the feds. Like, what the heck? And all this stuff that P. Diddy been doing, they been knowing about. So like, this is just blowing like speculations in minds, like, man, out the water, because if that's the truth, man, that say the government is behind all this stuff, and that makes sense because then all this Biden flying in and busting in illegal migrants and all this type of stuff going on, and then Grady Jude down there in Miami, he said that the federal, policy about the federal government, might be doing human trafficking, and they got a investigation on them as well. So like, y'all, man, it's in y'all face right here, bro. So y'all let me know what's going on with all this stuff, because at this point I'm confused, man. I'm confused, man. I don't know what's going on. Is Gene, just saying this stuff, because it's making a lot of sense. And like, why is he saying it and exposing it now? This is my questions, my main questions. But hey, man, hey, keep doing it, brother. Yeah, we did it all, but let us know all the information, because if y'all was all y'all hanging out with Diddy, either y'all didn't know he was working with the feds and he was an informant, or y'all police too. You see? So hey, listen, y'all better be careful and start doing y'all research. I'm gone.
So when you hear the gay rumors about Diddy, you're not surprised?
I always tell people this. I've been telling people this. Don't forget the gangster. He got a lot of licious in him now. He gangster-licious. But don't forget the gangster part. The bitch still a gangster now. And the bitch a fed. Don't you see niggas conducting themselves like that and caring about like that because they not worried about doing no time. It's a federal agent. He know he been an agent. He know that. That man working, man. That man not worried about going to jail. That man just got a hand shit over. He got a handler, man. That man, if anybody who can't see that puppy is a fucking agent, the man been dodging jail. And he's a scary nigga that can't take jail. He shows you that by sacrificing niggas up on him. That's like a nigga say, no, I can't go. He got it give him claustrophobic. So imagine what he'll do to stay the fuck up out of there. Yeah, he gonna sit in the DA office. Plus, he trying to prove to these people that he's a civilized, he's a productive citizen now. He not no thug. I look at Mace, everybody, it don't matter who it is, he ain't make more money with them than he made with the band brand. And Mace, I love Mace to death. That's a cool nigga. That nigga called me when I was up. That nigga gave me a call that inspired me, bro, when I was really down. Mace the only nigga called me.
So what are your thoughts? Do you think P. Diddy is the Epstein of hip-hop and also an FBI informant, and that's why he's getting away with so many of the things he's doing and can get away? Do you think he will get away? Do you think they will fake his death? Do you think Epstein is still alive and P. Diddy is about to go join him on some island? Let me know your thoughts.
I don't want to start any chaos, but I know what's about to happen next. I've been preparing for it for the past 6 years. You know, people see me come and go, but they don't know where I come and where I go. What I do know is when I read the Bible, it does not lie to me. It says in the last days, leave the cities, go back out to the rural lands in the country, learn how to make your own food, because if you're attached to this system, they're gonna own you. What's this country gonna do when money doesn't work anymore? Because money is almost over. Then that means there has to be another system of barter and trade. Chips are coming, microchips are coming.
What do you think is, like, when you say that's coming, what do you feel?
I feel like this country is gonna find out it was never a country at all. It was always a plan for another plan.
All right, that's another one for the HFC podcast. Welcome to season 3. All the links to this original content is in the description. Go and follow these creators if you want to learn more. They have a lot of interesting things to say. As always, thank you for joining me today as we dive down these many, many rabbit holes, discovering conspiracies and many truths that has to come to light that was in darkness. Stay safe, stay blessed in these dark, deceptive times. Peace.